8:45 p.m. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The news, edited by Lal Mallavarachi and read by Mario Vijayavardhana. The headlines. School principals are asked to postpone sports meets due to the hot weather. The opposition leader says that a future SJB government will make English medium education compulsory. The Private Bus Owners Association says that their buses are available for election campaigns, but no stickers or posters allowed. 2 top immigration officials arrested for providing passports to underworld figures. Agriculture officials on a drive to get farmers back to growing big onions. In foreign news, Russia says multiple drone attacks were repelled. In sports news, veteran cricket coach Nelson Mendes will launch his book titled The Cricket Basics on Thursday. The Minister of Education Susil Premajayanta says that school principals will be informed through a circular to organise inter-house sports meets and sports events of their respective schools after the Sinhala and Tamil New Year holidays. The Minister pointed out that it has been observed that many schools have organised inter-house sports meets regardless of the prevailing hot weather conditions across the island. Minister Susil Premajayanta says that since the first school term will continue even after the New Year holidays, it is possible to hold sports meets and other outdoor sporting events during this period. The opposition leader, Sajith Premadasa, says that a future SJB government will make English medium education compulsory. Addressing a youth rally in Kurunegala, he said he intends to make English medium education compulsory for students from grade 1 to 13 in government schools. The opposition leader added that students will be taught languages such as Chinese, Hindi, Japanese and subjects of information technology and computer science free of charge. The chairman of the Lanka Private Bus Owners Association, Gamunu Vijayaratna, says that private buses will be provided for election campaigns to any political party, but pasting any stickers or posters on the bus will not be allowed. He told the media that buses will be provided on hire, and the candidate or political party that hires the bus for their election campaign must hold the responsibility of the bus or buses. Pasting stickers and posters on the body of the bus will damage its paint and the metal, he said. Even during previous elections, private buses had been given on hire for election campaigns. However, the damages caused to the private buses during the Aragalaya period have still not been recovered. Many buses were damaged during the Aragalaya days, he said. This news broadcast comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The police says that Deputy Controller of Immigration and Emigration and a former Deputy Controller have been arrested by the CID under the charge of providing passports based on false information. The 2 officials are suspected to have issued passports to underworld figures Nuresh Supundaratna, AIA, Hinatiyana Mahesh, and Shan Aroshlianage, AIA, Matsugama Shan. A program was launched by the Agriculture Ministry at the Central Province Agriculture Department to promote big onion cultivation in the Matale district. A house-to-house campaign was conducted last week to educate farmers on this program. This comes against the backdrop of the shortage of local big onions in the market and the resulting increase in the retail price of onions to 800 rupees. The program was aimed at getting farmers who had abandoned onion cultivation to once again resume it. The program, which started with the Sigiriya Rangirigama, will be extended to the Dambulla Sigiriya, Galevala and Naula areas as well. However, the farmers point out that they stayed away from local big onion cultivation as their production costs exceeded their income, as onions do not have fixed prices. They said the price of fertilizer and pesticides too have made it difficult for them to engage in farming.
The main news story is brought to you by Sinhala Veda Mahatmya.
The Railway Department will launch a new luxury tourist train, the Dunhinda-Odissi, on the 5th of April to ply from Colombo Fort to Badulla on weekdays. This will mark 100 years of train services to Badulla, which was introduced by the British. The launch will coincide with the centennial celebrations at the Badulla railway station, and a special postage stamp will also be issued. The Dunhinda-Odissi will depart from the Fort railway station at 6:30 a.m. and from Badulla at 8 a.m. on weekdays from the 5th of April. The train will have first and second class compartments. With the new addition, it is hoped that the Odissi will meet its current high passenger demand. First class tickets at the Dunhinda-Odissi will cost 8,000 rupees, the same as the Odissi.
The main news story was brought to you by Sinhala Vedamahatmya.
Watch Live is brought to you by
CIB New Year offer. Valuable gifts and gift vouchers. 25% discount for bank cards till 10th of April. Visit CIB today. CIB revives once always.
The Met Department has issued a heat index advisory for the northwestern, north central, eastern and western provinces and the Mondragala, Mana, Ratnapura and Vavuniya districts. The advisory is valid for tomorrow. It states that the heat index temperature felt on the human body is expected to increase up to the caution level at some places in the northwestern, north central, eastern, western and the Mondragala, Mana, Ratnapura and Vavuniya districts. As per the advisory, under this level of temperature, fatigue is possible with prolonged exposure and activity, while continuing activity could result in heat cramps. Once again, the Met Department has issued a heat index advisory for the northwestern, north central, eastern, western and the Mondragala, Mana, Ratnapura and Vavuniya areas. The advisory is valid for tomorrow. It states that the heat index, the temperature felt on the human body, is expected to increase up to the caution level at some places in the northwestern, north central, eastern and the western provinces and in the Mondragala, Mana, Ratnapura and Vavuniya districts. As per the advisory, under this level of temperature, fatigue is possible with prolonged exposure and activity, while continuing activity could result in heat cramps.
CIB New Year offer. Valuable gifts and gift vouchers. 25% discount for bank cards till 10th of April. Visit CIB today. CIB revives once always.
Coming up, World News.
In world news headlines, Russia says multiple drone attacks were repelled. Iceland volcano erupts again, spilling lava towards the town. The Czech Republic struggles to contain a surge of whooping cough. Russia's defense ministry says its forces have destroyed dozens of drones in several regions across the country, including Moscow. The biggest attack happened in the southern region of Krasnodar, where an oil refinery was targeted. The attacks come as Russia holds a general election in which President Vladimir Putin is guaranteed to win. In Ukraine, officials reported an overnight barrage of Russian drones and missiles on the port city of Odessa. A state of emergency has been declared in southern Iceland because of another volcanic eruption in the Reykjanes Peninsula, the fourth since December. It is thought to be the most powerful flare-up so far. Lava has reached the eastern defences around the evacuated town of Grindavik, local media said. People have also been moved from the nearby Blue Lagoon, one of Iceland's most popular tourist attractions. According to the country's civil defence service, the eruption began after 8 local time in the night on Saturday north of Grindavik. Whooping cough is on the rise across Europe, and the Czech Republic is no exception. However, a week marked by confusion surrounding official guidance and a controversial public appearance by Prague's mayor has left some wondering if anything was learned from COVID-19. In the first week of January, the Czech authorities say that there were 28 registered cases of whooping cough. That figure has now increased to 3,084, a number not seen since 1963. Sufferers include the 80-year-old mayor of Prague, Bohuslav Svoboda, who is an MP as well as an eminent gynecologist. And now the main points of the world news segment once again. Russia says multiple drone attacks were repelled. Iceland volcano erupts again, spilling lava towards the town. The Czech Republic struggles to contain a surge of whooping cough.
Development News.
The Anuradhapura District Agriculture Committee has decided to cultivate paddy on 108,000 hectares in the Anuradhapura district during this year's yellow season. The Anuradhapura Additional District Secretary Sandhya Avesekara says that seasonal meetings have been held at Mahakandarava, Huruluveva, Rajangane, Tisaveva and Nuvaraveva, the major irrigation schemes at the 13 major tanks. All major tanks hold satisfactory water levels despite the prevailing adverse hot weather. She said that there would be a record paddy yield in this year's yellow season since main chemical fertilizer varieties and irrigation water facilities are sufficiently available in the district.
Moving on with sports news.
Veteran cricket coach Nelson Mendes will launch his book titled The Cricket Basics at a ceremony to be graced by former Sri Lanka World Cup champion Roshan Mahanama on the 22nd of March at Nalanda College. Mendes first learned the rudiments of cricket at Dharmashoka College, Ambalangoda, whose teams he also captained and coached before an illustrious 10-year coaching stint at Nalanda College, where he moulded several high-profile players. He became the architect of one of Sri Lanka's best-known cricket academies called the Nelson Mendes School of Cricket at the Colombo Cricket Club that is now into its 25th year of existence. His book covers the basics in batting, bowling, fielding, running between the wickets and practice methods.
Go ekak thiyana youth eකට life එකේ change එකට නියමෙට set වෙන්න ඇස් වහගෙන දැකපු හිත හැබැයි කරන්න youth එකට නියමෙට set වෙන friendship එක මෙන්න.
The all-new NSB Ithru Mithru account. NSB IM, a plan for your dream.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
The 6th edition of Lanka Pay Technovation Awards, Sri Lanka's pioneering and the only payment technology innovation awards to recognize payment technology innovators, the de facto recognition standard, was launched with the online poll for the most popular digital payment product of the year on the 9th of February. The grand finale will be held at the Shangri-La Hotel in Colombo on the 20th of March. The objective is to reward those who have been steadfast to the cause of promoting digital payments, thereby enhancing customer convenience.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Go ekak thiyana youth eකට life එකේ change එකට නියමෙට set වෙන්න ඇස් වහගෙන දැකපු හිත හැබැයි කරන්න youth එකට නියමෙට set වෙන friendship එක මෙන්න.
The all-new NSB Ithru Mithru account. NSB IM, a plan for your dream.
And now in economic news, the GDP growth rate of Sri Lanka for the year 2023 was estimated as a 2.3% negative growth rate, the Department of Census and Statistics said in a statement. Overall agricultural activities expanded by 2.6%, while industrial and service activities contracted by 9.2% and 0.2% respectively in the year 2023, the Census Department said. The three major economic activities of the economy, agriculture, industry and services, contributed their shares to the GDP at current prices by 8.3%, 25.6% and 59.9% respectively.
Weather report.
The Met Department says mainly dry weather will prevail over the island. Misty conditions can be expected at some places in the Sabaragamu and the central provinces and in the Gala and Kaluthura districts during the morning. That was with the report, and now the headlines of this news broadcast once again. School principals are asked to postpone sports meets due to hot weather. The opposition leader says that a future SJB government will make English medium education compulsory. The Private Bus Owners Association says that their buses are available for election campaigns, but no stickies or posters are allowed. 2 top immigration officials arrested for providing passports to underworld figures. Agriculture officials on a drive to get farmers back to growing big onions. In foreign news, Russia says multiple drone attacks were repelled. In sports news, veteran cricket coach Nelson Mendes will launch his book titled The Cricket Basics on Thursday. That concludes this news broadcast. You're with Radio Sri Lanka.